I mean, I don't know, I guess maybe the other kid's standing up for them, telling them it's not cool to bully.
All about how their parents teach them to handle situations, I guess, because you can't really avoid bullying. Sorry.
Nothing really comes to mind. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not that sure because I don't really think that much has really changed.
More supportive adult cosplayers.
I would think that it has to do with increasing awareness of body positivity and trying to teach younger kids not to be ashamed of their bodies and not to be harsh on other people just because they have different body type or look.
Can't even think of what you would do to stop it.
To be honest, I would think it's actually people actually standing up for people as well. I think that's what it would be more of a good prevention method.
Personally, I would think that hopefully that would be just education of more people who are different.
Is awareness of what it has on mental effects of the children being bullied.
Maybe telling the children to stand up for themselves, more of like a self-confidence thing. Maybe just kind of ignore it. I don't know.
I think it's educating kids about it, which hasn't worked that well in all the environments I've been in.
I would say most likely being open to parental figures or something like that.
I would assume that they're actually taking out the time to have the children begin to open up to each other on a basis of a one-on-one understanding with each other as a group, that they all share the same types of emotions, they all share, in a way, types of experiences that they can all learn to respect and benefit from.
Maybe chaperones during recess, or more adults, before class starts, to patrol the area.
Is maybe kids are learning more that there's other types of bullying aside from just kind of the stereotypical oh, give me your lunch money, that sort of thing.
Awareness, probably.
I thought so too. Yeah. But would you believe me if I told you that what I was talking about was cosmetic surgery?
Are you serious? Really?
Oh my gosh.
What?
What? You're kidding.
Wow. That's sad.
I'm actually finding that hard to believe.
I would be utterly surprised.
Are you serious?
No.
Wow.
No. Maybe. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on.
Yeah, I would. It's interesting, but yes.
Wow, okay. Continue, please. Yeah. Apparently, in the last 10 years, surgeons have noted that a 30% increase in the number of children they operate on for strictly cosmetic reasons, not medical related, just, cosmetic surgery to improve their appearance. What do you think of that?
I need a moment to stop trying to get myself to cry, because that's really depressing to hear, honestly.
And there's so much wrong with that. It disturbs me.
I think that they shouldn't have to alter who they are, because you should be comfortable enough to know that what words are said don't hurt you or don't affect you personally if you don't let them.
That's really sad. I feel really bad because they shouldn't be making those kind of decisions yet.
That's crazy. It doesn't seem like it should be right.
Nope.
I feel like you should try to be comfortable in your own skin before you go to that extreme.
If anyone feels disappointed or upset because other people are telling them that they're disappointing and need to be upset, then they just need to learn that that's not important.
I think it's horrible because kids should feel comfortable in their own bodies and feel free to be who they are and not have to change who they are.
That's very scary. That should be illegal.
Good for anyone who gets it and wants it, but usually if their children get cosmetic surgery, it's their parents say. And if it's fixing something in their appearance that doesn't need to be fixed, that's absolutely awful and horrible, and that doesn't need to be happening. That shouldn't be why this has dropped suddenly. That's so horrible.
If you're an adult, I'm say, do what you want. If that makes you happy to change how you are and you're going to be happy about that, then that's awesome. But I think it's sad that children have to, because they don't even know who they are yet. So they don't know if they're going to love themselves yet or not, everybody wants to change something about themselves, but I don't think as a child you should have to do that.
I don't think that's okay. I mean, we all come from different heritages, and it's just, we should embrace who we are and what beautiful outcomes we're given. I don't think that's okay, especially with kids who are so young.
I think that's not a good way to handle it, because if you just teach people that they can get rid of their problems by just doing something like that, then they may not be able to deal with them, later on. A little kid just using, I guess, cash or however, the parents' cash or however, trying to complete themselves that way may not teach them good morals down the road or something like that. You want them to be able to stand up for themselves and be confident in who they are, not what they're made into,
So what do you think would be a healthier way to combat bullying?
Honestly, I feel like media in a way is doing that itself.
Definitely other kids sticking up for each other. You always need that one person that stands up and says, hey, that's not cool.
Surrounding yourself with people and growing strong, and you can never avoid bullying, but it happens, but you gotta ignore it and just move on.
Just being yourself and kind of like sticking it to the bullies, like, doesn't matter what you say.
Come to Team Rocket, we'll love you for who you are.
Education and what parents do in the role of how they raise their children really affects them.
Maybe you should try some other ways to increase their self-esteem before resulting in that kind of action. So,
it's awareness. I think that would be a good way of preventing bullying. Actually, a lot of it's passed down from the parents.
Just to be yourself and ignore it.
I think that the education we're giving them right now is the healthiest way to do it, to be honest.
Punish the bully somehow, or get the bully to stop.
I've just learned you just gotta be comfortable and just look at the people who are bullying you and just kind of tell them to back off. And you are who you are, no one can change you, and you were made who you are, and kind of just tell them. Eventually they're gonna realize that I don't know how to describe this, but you will get better in life versus they will not. They will just decrease and they will fade to nothing, and they'll just be in your past.
More supportive adult cosplayers, if they're out there and children engage them, don't turn your back on a child. If a child comes up to you and wants a photo or wants to just sit there and talk to you because they like the way you look or they like your costume, be there, support them. Tell them that they look good, tell them that their costumes are good, and if they didn't make it, say, well, don't worry, you'll get the chance someday, and there's no reason to tear anyone down.
I think keeping up with awareness, making their voices be heard, being proactive. If you see bullying, step in, don't just watch. I'm very, very anti-bully. I don't like seeing it, so I will intervene and I will stop it.
Well, I obviously think that encouraging children to stand up for their friends and stand up for each other and not participate in it would be far better than expecting people to change themselves.
Find a hobby that I was a chunky kid, growing up, but I learned to play the piano, and that guy, from my little friends in school, they thought I was cool because I could do that. So, even if they're bullied for some reason, if they can just find something they're good at and maybe kind of find some friends through that, or people that, have things in common with them, it's a good self-confidence booster for sure. So
I believe that children, in all honesty, need much more spiritual understanding in their upbringing. People begin to assume that spirituality simply means taking your kids to church. It isn't. It means teaching them about wisdom, philosophy, and understanding about the world, about people and how they interact with each other, and how to be mature in those actions.
As long as you accept who you are and you're okay with who you are as a person, which I would agree is everybody that's here right now, they can't let it get to them. I know people that I've seen get picked on, and I instantly stand up for them all the time. And I know I'm cosplaying the Joker, but it's my pride as a person to actually help somebody out in need.